So, hello everyone. My name is Jackson. I am your data ambassador for the class of 2026 when you are at your freshman year. Um, Before your arrival towards campus, I want to give you just kind of short introduction towards the academic education like requirement. So when you kind of going to DePauw, you mostly want to focus on like what kind of majors or different classes you want to get. So for example, if you want to like major in psychology or those areas like you can just kind of you just kind of feel pretty confused like where to start. So this video just kind of helps you to find which website and which kind of the web page you should find in order to find like what kind of course requirement or major requirement in order to fulfill your graduation process. So let's get a start. So the first thing you want to find is like the PAL major requirement, those web page. And so for example, if you're kind of taking like the major and minors, you find like, so for example, my major is psychology. So you find like a major psychology major requirement, this kind of psychology majors and minors here. So for the psychology and neuroscience, they kind of combine into the one department. And we can see here, like they'll have like different, like, information about like how many courses you want to take and what kind of courses you want to take in order to fulfill your major requirement. So those kind of the things are really critical if you want to just kind of like you want to know if you major in psychology, I want to take, okay, so these core classes and these classes together in order to fulfill my psychology requirement. So this kind of for the major requirement. And the second thing I want to talk with you about is like a class registration. So the first thing you want to find is like to go into the DePauw services. So here, and just kind of log in. Because I already the student account, so this can automatically just send me into this kind of website. And the first thing you want to find is the schedule of the class, which is under the course registration. The schedule of the class is as follows. So those are the whole thing about the classes in the fall 2020 to 2022 to 2023. So those are the all classes kind of provided in order to that means like for you to take. So which is pretty wide ranging. You don't need to worry about like there's no classes for you to get in. Just kind of like just keep in mind if you are kind of if you are pretty interested in psychology or pretty interested in biology, those kind of courses, you're just kind of going to those kind of or abbreviation. And like for the history or like psychology or global health, for those kind of things, or films, you just always kind of have like those ideas. So these are the whole classes you want to take, though, and also like the portal for the when you kind of get into the freshman. And I also want to show you the my schedule for the next semester, because I'm a resident senior, so will be the next semester will be my last year of DePauw. So those are the different classes I'm taking, which means I'm taking 6 classes. Just don't be feel daunting, because I want to take more classes like for fulfill my like my GPA requirement while I kind of going to the grad school. So I need to take those kind of classes. Just kind of keep in mind, like if you want to go to graduate school, like whether master degree or PhD degree, just keep in mind that you don't want to lose any like points on the GPA as well. Like so those kind of these are the class schedule I need to take for the next semester. And those are the different like department, like the mathematics and psychology, because I'm majoring in psychology and minor in mathematics. These are the title, like course title, and this instructor name, or how many credit and time for those kind of things. It's really like pretty evident. So the next thing I want to talk with you about is the total credit. So how many credit you want to take in order to fulfill your graduation. So this kind of like 31 is the minimum requirement if you want to successfully graduate from DePauw, which means like 4 credit per semester, because there will be like 8 semesters. Typical like undergraduate duration will be like 4 years. So it's completely feasible if you want to take the 4 credit per semester in order to graduate. Just don't feel, really stressful. And also, like, I want to suggest, like, don't take any as many courses as possible when you are kind of getting to the first year. So the first year I was kind of getting is like I only take like 3.5 classes. But after that, I only like majority of time I just kind of only take like 4 classes at a time in order to fulfill my graduation requirement. And 45 will be like the maximum. And just kind of be cautious, like when you're kind of taking the credit that exceeded the 4.5, will charge you extra amount of money. So when you kind of take it, like, for example, like a 4.75 or 50 like those kind of courses, you need to contact with register office in order to get like more information about how many amount of money that should be charged, because I think that different courses requires you a different amount of money. So just kind of be cautious with that. And the final thing I want to talk with you is like there will be like different course types, because DePauw doesn't want you to just if you're kind of majoring, like, for example, if you're just majoring in mathematics, you don't want to take like 4 mathematics classes per semester in these 4 years, which will be really boring and really daunting. Don't take that. DePauw wants just kind of encourage you to motivate you to take like to navigate like different classes through different like department. So for example, like there will be like SS, like a social science, which can relate with the sociology or social psychology for those kind of things, which kind of teach you about like how people interact and how people behave in front of the others. And for the SM will be like science and mathematics will be more related with like mathematics or like a biology or kinesiology for those kind of things. Arts and humanity is like more about like a philosophy, literature for those kind of things, like intro to creative writing or those kind of things to kind of teach you about how you kind of think about the things from different way in the literary review, like in the literature fashion. Power, privilege, and diversity will be more likely to be like I think it's more focused on like American background history. So if you're really familiar with that, I think those courses can give you a more solid advantage to get. And for the next 3 things, like the last 3 things, which is really critical, like for the S, W, and Q. So which for the each of them, you have to take at least 1 in order to graduate. So for the speaking class, which is really, it's really limited when you're kind of getting. So don't feel like really tedious if you want to get at the beginning of your semester. Don't take that, because most of the speaking classes are in your major courses when you're getting to senior or junior. So just kind of because senior classes are kind of like want you to reflect your own thought in front of the audience. And also for the writing class, I think that you have to take it before the beginning of the junior year, because like before the end of the junior year, the class the DePauw won't give you, just kind of like test you what kind of the things you wanna express from through the paper, because like that's kind of the liberal art college most wants you to get, because like how to write and be a writer, those kind of thing. And for quantitative, it also kind of requires minimum 1 course, which is related with like math related courses or biology or scientific, other like relevant area. So those kind of the things you need to keep in mind. I know there will be a lot of the other things you also need to keep in mind, but those kind of things are the things I will most felt like most struggle with when I was in the freshman year. So just kind of like really willing to talk with you if you have any more questions when you kind of get into DePauw, when you dealing with like those kind of academic courses related question. Just really appreciate that you kind of spend those kind of time watching my video, and hopefully that helps.